have a quick question for all of those paid Mike Bloomberg supporters out there. Are you cool with domestic spying? Because your boss is. Earlier this week, Mike Bloomberg gave an interview to NPR where he actually defended the domestic surveillance of American Muslims following 9/11. Bloomberg said that this was okay because this was a time of fear in America. We were scared. So that makes it okay to violate the civil liberties of American citizens if they happen to be a member of a religion that at the time we deemed to be very dangerous. It's okay, Bloomberg says. We can do that. Now, of all the things for a alleged Democrat to come out and defend, domestic spying sure as heck shouldn't be one of them. But that just goes to show you that Mike Bloomberg is still a Republican, folks. So if you're on his payroll, if you have ever in your life cashed a Bloomberg check, you're on the side of the Republicans, folks. You are not a Democrat by any stretch of the imagination. And I know there's plenty of Democrats who support domestic spying. But as a whole, the Democratic base, yeah, we're pretty much against that whole thing. Especially when you try to justify it by saying, well, Muslims did a bad thing, so we should just say they don't have rights and spy on them whenever we feel like it. Here's a couple of quotes from this interview. We were very careful, and the authorities that looked at us said, yes, you complied with the law, but we had every intention of going every place we could, legally, to get as much information to protect this country. We had just lost 3,000 people at 9/11. Of course we're supposed to do that. All of the people came from the same place, and all that came were from a place. They happened to be one religion. And if they'd been another religion, or we'd have done the same thing. It does not incidentally mean that all Muslims are terrorists or all terrorists are Muslim. But the people that flew those airplanes came from the Middle East, and some of the imams were urging more of the same. So of course, we had terrorists that happen to be members of a certain religion from a certain region of the country. And that means, in Bloomberg's words, that we just got to spy on all of them, no matter where they are, if they're in the U.S., if they're U.S. citizens. To hell with your civil liberties, to hell with your constitutional protections. We're going to spy on you because, we're scared. Those who sacrifice their freedoms for security deserve neither. Isn't that how that old expression goes? We heard that a lot during the Bush years too, when all of this was taking place. Bloomberg, I guess, missed that. Yeah, we were fearful as a country. But fear does not trump the U.S. Constitution, Mr. Bloomberg. That's not how this works. And if you want to talk about members of a certain religion carrying out horrible, horrible actions, then I think you need to turn your sights onto Christianity here in the United States. How many times have we seen some ardent, far-right Christian fanatic go out there and, bomb an abortion clinic, murder an abortion doctor, threaten to kill people, actually walk into places and start shooting people up? We have seen that happen far more often than we have seen Muslims come over here and commit any kind of act of terror. I don't see you calling for us to spy on them. And even if you did, that would still be wrong. You're only wanting us to spy on the, dark-skinned people from the Middle East. And that shows your true colors. This isn't about keeping us safe. It's not about, being fearful. It's because deep down, as we have seen time and time again, Michael Bloomberg is a racist. Hey everyone, you know what this is. It's the end screen, where I'm supposed to beg you to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content from Ring of Fire. But what I really want to do is ask you to consider becoming a member for more exclusive content and perks, including early access videos and exclusive videos. Check out the link in the description or go to youtube.com/theringoffire/membership.